Welcome back. You're watching Business Morning on Channels Television. Of course, we're finishing off the show with the markets. As I mentioned at the beginning of the program, the Debt Management Office will be visiting the Nigerian Stock Exchange today to list the FGN savings bond. And of course, the NSE has announced that it will be commemorating Global Money Week with students from secondary schools to debate on a topic that addresses financial education, employment issues and entrepreneurship. Still also in line with what the Junior Achievement Nigeria is hoping to achieve with Financial Literacy Day tomorrow. But let's talk more about the markets with Obianuju Nsofa. She's an investment analyst with AfroInvest. Obianuju, it's great to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you, Harriet.
So, in taking a look at the highlights now, of course, the major issue for us will be the FGN savings bond that will be listed today on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. What's the expectation from AfroInvest?
Well, the savings bond was introduced sort of to encourage more participation from the domestic side. I mean, you look at our 2017 budget is 7.1 trillion naira. The deficit budget is about 7.28 trillion naira. You look at deficit is about 2.3 trillion naira. Half of this is going to be financed by domestic borrowing, hence a lot of activities in the fixed income space. So this savings bond was introduced in order to get the domestic, especially the retail side, to sort of invest in the capital market. So yeah, they were able to raise about 2.1 billion naira from savings bond.
But then, you know, some analysts say this subscription level did not meet expectations.
Well, yeah, considering the fact that it was open for a 5-day period for subscriptions, I mean, look at the DMO auctions, the DMO monthly bond auction, look at the subscription level, and you compare this to the savings bond. But then again, you also want to consider that this is a new product, so you are going to see some investors that are skeptical about this. But with the listing of this product, by the time they have seen how the process is, the next auction we should be able to see more participation.
Yeah, the next auction is actually next month.
Yeah.
Okay.
3rd, yeah.
Okay. So taking a look at how the market has fared, and from yesterday, for instance, trading was a little bit tepid in the treasury bill segment as well as a bonds market.
Well, for the fixed income side, we've seen a lot of activities there. The CBN opened the week with an OMO auction. It issued the 199-day instrument as well as the 382-day instrument at stop rates of 18 and 18.6%. The longer dated instrument received more subscription. I think it was oversubscribed with 20 billion naira. Yesterday also, there was also an OMO auction. So you see that investors in the secondary market for the treasury bills, once the CBN announces there's an OMO auction, they sell off their investment in order to take part in the attractive yields in that space.
But then you also notice that, like you said, you already mentioned that yields were attractive in that particular space, and then maybe because of that we saw overnight rates declining.
Yeah, overnight rate actually spiked at the beginning of this week. This was due to low system liquidity. As with this frequent auctions the CBN has been doing, it squeezed a lot of liquidity from the system. Hence, banks are not willing to lend. They'll rather increase their rates in order to discourage lending.
But then this is midweek trade, and quite a lot. Maybe a tepid movement is what you're expecting, a bearish movement is what you're expecting, a bullish movement.
Well, it's kind of hard to predict, given that these OMO auctions are not, they are not scheduled. So yeah, it will all play out. Given if any OMO auction comes out towards the end of the week, this is going to also affect activities in the treasury bills and the bond space.
Obianuju Nsofa, thank you so much for coming on the program today. Obianuju is an investment analyst with AfroInvest. And that's where we leave the conversation and indeed the program for today. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I'm Harriet Agbinyi. Have a profitable day.